Hey guys, it's Brandino. So I was originally recording this live, but the audio kind of messed up, so I'm re-recording this. Um, in the background, there's just gonna be some Star Wars gameplay, so it's something I talk over. You don't really have to pay attention to that. It's really not the point of the video. It's not the point at all. The point of this video is for me to talk about my experience with racial profiling, with fearing for my life because of the color of my skin. Um, if you guys don't know, you probably don't. I am black and Hispanic, so I'm more of the darker side. I'm not white at all. Um, in fact, at times people say I look Middle Eastern. So, I don't look white, is the point. So, one day I borrowed my friend's car, Carlos. Or, yeah, and I picked up my girlfriend. We were having a date. We were having a movie date. And it was around 10, so towards the end of the night. We were watching a movie and she was like, she wanted snacks. So we went to a Quick Trip, and while we were there, I was deciding I should go ahead and get gas for Carlos because he was running really low. So I start filling up the tank, and as I'm filling up the tank, I notice there's a patrol car parked in front of the gas station, and I think nothing of it. But later, like a couple minutes later, maybe a minute later, a white officer comes out. Now this guy's got to be in his 40s, late 30s. It's this white guy. And he comes out, he opens the passenger side, he puts whatever he bought inside, and then he leaves the door open. And in the corner of my eye, I can notice him starting to glance at me. But like, it's not like he's just looking and then looking back. No, he's staring. He's looking at me. And now I'm just an 18-year-old boy. I don't know what to think of this. This happened 2 months ago also. This is before the riots happening now. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I'm just an innocent kid putting gas in the car. I mean, I wasn't doing anything illegal. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't dealing. I wasn't kidnapping anyone. I wasn't committing a murder. I wasn't doing anything. I was just filling up a tank of gas. And this officer was just staring at me. And I mean, if sure that sounds like it's nothing, but the color of my skin is what made it scary. This white officer was staring at me. Who knows what he was thinking? Maybe he was thinking, I can't wait for this kid to do something wrong so I can jump on him. Who knows what he was gonna do? Because he wasn't staring at me and smiling. He was staring at me and waiting for me to mess up. He wanted an excuse to do something to me. I really don't want to know what it was. It took 5 minutes for the tank to fill, but those 5 minutes were the longest of my life. I couldn't do anything except go on my phone and just try not to make eye contact, because I don't want to raise a suspicion anymore. I mean, you already suspected me of doing something. I did nothing. You're just on to me because of the color of my skin. And luckily, my girlfriend came out after those 5 minutes. She came out, and as soon as she was close enough, I hugged her. And I looked, and the guy started to go back into his car. He closed it, and they drove off. And right there, my girlfriend, who knows, she could have saved my life. Who knows what he would have done. Who knows what would have happened if she wasn't there with me. And that right there was white privilege, and I love her to death. I do. And I'm so thankful she was there, but it's so unfair how if she wasn't there, that situation could have played out so differently. And to think what I experienced, the fear I felt, is only so much worse for other people. Like George Floyd. This man, he was accused of allegedly forging a check, and that leads to him losing his life, to being beaten. There's a video that surfaced today of the cops that are detained him. They were beating him in their patrol car while one of them were keeping lookout. All because he allegedly forged checks. What could have done? To think what that officer would have done to me. Maybe I was allegedly smoking, or allegedly terrorizing him. Who knows? I was just pumping gas. It's just so unfair. What we have to live with what Black and Hispanics, minorities in general, have to deal with every day. It's not like we haven't peacefully tried to protest before. I mean, the football player, I think it's Colin Kaepernick, or I forget his first name. I'm trying to speak of this off of the top of my head. I don't have a script. But he kneeled peacefully at a football game, and there was outrage of it. There was so much outrage because of a peaceful protest. But now that we decide to try and make our voice heard even more, there's a problem again. There's nothing we can do to be heard. There was peaceful protests in Dallas and Atlanta and LA, and police were sent in with riot gear, with rubber bullets. They were sent in to instigate riots. There was a 10-year-old girl today that was pepper sprayed. A 10-year-old girl. And it wasn't an accident either. The officer knew what he was doing. This is the world we live in. This is what Black people, what Hispanics, what the minorities, what we have to live with. We have to live in fear for our life. I can't go out. I can't ride a bike and feel safe. Feel like I'm not being followed or being targeted. My friend posted on Twitter, him and his other friend were walking through a neighborhood and a cop car pulled up on them and he was just following them. They were just walking and talking and a cop was following them. How's that fair? How's that okay? It's not. We don't feel safe. When I was 4, I didn't imagine that I'd have to fear to go outside when I grow up. I wouldn't have to worry about how much worse it would be. I wouldn't have to be afraid of my skin color, to be Black, to be Hispanic. Please do whatever you can. Donate, support, go to protest, anything. It'll help. Please.